Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to WagerTalk TV. This is PuckTime. We have a jam-packed show for you today as there's 10 games on tap in the NHL. We're going to break down a handful of those games here. We've got myself, Carmine Bianco, the Prez, and Don Buster joining us. So a jam-packed show, and I can't wait to dive into it. Sides, totals, team totals, props, all kinds of good stuff. And don't forget, you can find all of us at WagerTalk.com. Carm, we're all in a great mood, of course, because of the big win last night for the Blue Jays, but also some good NHL notes as well, as the Carolina Hurricanes finally had their streak snapped. They are no longer undefeated on the season. It almost feels like it was time. You know, it was time for them to lose a game. They were beating the teams like the Ducks. They're beating some lesser teams. It's good to see. But how are you, Carm? How are you feeling? And we got to start.
I'm good, man.
We're matched. Come on, we're matched.
Yeah, like we're matching. But no, it was. Listen, it was awesome. I watched very little hockey last night. Unfortunately, I had to watch the Blue Jays game. Man, that was absolutely fantastic game. Welcome to the 3 home run club, or the 3 run shot club to Springer. We know Joe Carter did that. Just an absolutely fantastic game. The atmosphere. Prez, who will be on in a little while, was at the game as well, too. He's going to break down Edmonton and Ottawa. You and I, Andrew, are going to kick it off with Pittsburgh, Vancouver, and then the LA Kings, St. Louis. Buster's going to come on and do the return of Marchand to Boston. And then you and I with the pod and same game parlay, although we might do that same game parlay just a little earlier as well, too. And then we have a hard out at 11:35. So not a lot of chit chat, but super excited. My friend Mo didn't make it to Montreal. He went to the Blue Jays game instead. So momentum was at the Blue Jays game and not at the Montreal game. So kudos to you and your Habs for getting the job done. Andrew, let's look at this first one. Pittsburgh and Vancouver. This one's pretty much a pick 'em. Minus 112 on Pittsburgh, minus 108 on Vancouver. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, first and foremost, like looking at that WagerTalk live odds screen there, one thing that stood out to me right away looking at this one was that opening number of, close to minus 120 at some spots there. And then kind of seeing a shift overnight, a little bit of love coming in towards this Pittsburgh Penguins team, some respect in their regard. And, looking at this game here, you got two teams that should be feeling pretty good about themselves, right? Like you've got the Vancouver Canucks that were absolutely dominated by the St. Louis Blues. Since then, they went on to win 3 straight games, and looking good in all 3 of those games. And 2 of those were in underdog cashing fashion, which would have been against the Capitals and against the Dallas Stars. So they're feeling good about themselves. Then you've got the Pittsburgh Penguins. First game back after West Coast road trip. They should be feeling good about themselves as well. Coming off shutout wins against the Sharks, win against the Kings, and close game against the Ducks. Here's the deal, Carm. I'm gonna use your line from yesterday already because I think your good friend Mo is going to be in town in Pittsburgh tonight in the Steel City, because I think this is a game here for the Pittsburgh Penguins that they're going to be running on momentum. They're going to be running on the feeling that they're not bad yet. And anybody fading this Pittsburgh Penguins team this season hasn't gone well yet. But as you said to me before, Carm, once the wheels fall off, they're going to fall off for good. So I'm actually going to take this Pittsburgh Penguins team tonight on the money line here in this short spot. I'm going to follow the move. We saw a little bit of money coming in overnight on this Penguins team. They've got momentum. They're feeling good about themselves. And this Vancouver Canucks team, I still don't trust them defensively whatsoever. They are relying heavily on goaltending, and we'll see if that ends up happening tonight as well. So not my favorite bet on the board by any means, but I do lean towards the side of the Penguins. And I got to ask you this, Carm. If everybody is so down on the Penguins going into this season, and they are coming first game back after a road trip, why is the price what it is? This to me, if I was to do the Ariel Epstein fishy line of the day, I mean, this kind of is that fishy line here with Vancouver and Pittsburgh. Would you agree?
I agree. It's a fishy line, but I think it's just because they're you got a couple teams. They have some wins between them, but it's also 2 teams that I don't think Many are expecting to make the playoffs. My first thought was, because I loved doing it last year. A team's coming off either a 3 or 4 game Western road trip, returning to the East Coast. Now, the Pittsburgh's had 2 days off. Their last game was on the 18th. They played tonight. Andrew, I still think this is Vancouver has a little bit more speed than this Pittsburgh team. This Pittsburgh team's a much older team. Their core players are in their mid to late 30s on this team. Early on in the season, probably doesn't matter. As the middle of the season, or kind of like in baseball, the dog days of summer, but it'll be the dog days of winter for this Pittsburgh team. I think they're going to go through a prolonged losing streak. This is a team that I still think is going to finish in one of the bottom 3 spots overall in the NHL, and be in that McKenna draft lottery. So we'll see. It seems like every arena, there's someone for a bad team. There's some kid or someone holding a sign. They were doing it in Calgary. We want McKenna. So people are asking for that draft pick and for their teams to tank. Pittsburgh's not going to tank. I just think that they are going to sell off players. I think Malkin's going to end up somewhere else, and I think even Rust could end up somewhere else, and Sid the Kid is going to end up somewhere else as well too. That is how you tank, is by getting rid of the core players that are doing something and sending them off for some prospects and as rental players. So we'll see what happens there. But I can't take Pittsburgh in this spot. I'd rather take Vancouver. It's like you mentioned, they have 2 wins, 3 wins on this road trip, but 2 of them are against very solid teams. So it's Vancouver for me at this very, very short price of minus 108. All right, we were talking about Blue Jays earlier. We got to bring him in. The Prez at the game yesterday. You brought them luck this time, because last week you went to watch both the Leafs. Was it both the Leafs and the Blue Jays?
Blue Jays, and they lost. Yes, but Carm, I just want to stop the show here and go and rewind the tape. Andrew started off with how happy he is, and I'm a little confused. He's in Halifax, right? Where they cheer for the Halifax Habaneros.
You know that the Blue Jays are Canada's team.
No, they're not Canada's team.
They're like
for the record,
Raptors.
For all you people in Canada, they are not your team. We know how much you hate Toronto. I sit at poker tables all over Canada only to hear you people bitch about Toronto, how arrogant we are, how narcissistic we are, how we're the center of Canada.
Why is he proving it right now?
You all hate us. And
Why
now
is he proving
you want
it?
to celebrate with us? We don't need you. We don't want you. Go and cheer for the Habaneros.
Can you guys just pause, rewind, and look at everything Prez just said, and then listen to everything he thinks we all think of him? And
not me, dude. You think way worse of me. I'm a Toronto Jew.
That might, everything, hey, all of us on
I'm only playing, brother. Come aboard. Come aboard.
If you guys choked in Game 7, I might have never looked at a Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, Argos, Toronto FC game ever again. Okay, I got to address this, because this might be the worst thing anyone's ever said about me in my whole entire life. I don't know what I ever did to deserve this. I don't know. Anybody that's maybe under the age of 30 will understand this reference. And I'm very offended by this. Why does Andrew look like Randall from Recess? That might be the worst thing you could have ever said to me. So thanks for this comment. I appreciate you starting my day off with that. Holy shit. I'm not happy with that. So Prez, first you say I can't cheer for the Jays. Then this guy says that. That's a double whammy on me.
Well, you know what, Andrew? I'm only playing with you because you could fully cheer for the Jays. I love having you on. I know they're Canada's team, and everybody is welcome. It was a spectacular, incredible, amazing experience.
I think that you'd find it cool, Prez, because during the Raptors run, it was incredible. Like, people in Halifax, again, which is like an hour and a half, 2-hour flight from Toronto, were at our downtown, our like quote unquote
watching
Times
it all.
Square. and there's a bunch of TVs set up, a huge projector, and we're running around the streets. It's not even our city. It's not even our city at all. So, okay, Dan's going to bring this up. Yeah, I can't believe you just brought that up, Dan. I look nothing like that bozo, and I am not a snitch like he is. So,
Dan,
I can't believe. And then the kid says, "I'm sorry, I was drinking a lot last night." Yeah. Calling me Randall from recess might be come on, at least call me TJ from recess. Don't call me Randall.
I don't even know what any of these references are.
So,
I mean, I'm just too old, man. I'm an old man.
Before you, Lawrence, before you get to the Edmonton Ottawa game, I'm not sure if you know, but I go back quite a while ago to with Springer. Him and I, we hung out. I actually had hair at the time. Dan, can you get that photo up of me and Springer? There you go.
There we go.
Wow,
Springer.
That man is like Benjamin Button Springer. He
right, let's listen to RJ.
Let's
listen to RJ. Let's get back to hockey here.
Dude, look how handsome Carmine was. But Carm, I will say this. I don't know if you actually had hair. I mean, I see a hair.
Yeah,
whatever.
Carm, was that the most hair you ever had? Was in that picture? Was that
no?
Right, Andrew. He came out of his mother half bald.
Yeah. Anyways, that's me and Springer. It's the wrong Springer. It's Jerry. And
that's the picture he always uses, Prez. Like, you'd think he'd use a better picture with more hair.
Oh God. Anyways, tell us who you like in this game. The Oilers 124, Ottawa plus 103. Where are you going with this one?
Well, thank you for asking, Carmine Bianco. And guys, glad to be here. Just really quick, I'm not having the world's greatest start to the season. That's I'm down. I'm down 19 units, 18 units already. I'm 5 under, so I think I'm 6-11 to start. And it's very frustrating. It's bothering the hell out of me. I mean, it's really affecting everything I'm doing. But I'm absolutely trying my best. And hey, we're only 2 weeks into the season, 8-month slog, and we're 2 weeks into the season. So let's hope that I can turn it around and start today. As for the Edmonton game, I really like the over in this game, guys. I'm looking to play the over in Edmonton games in general. I think this is obviously a team that's going to score a lot. They're going to average well into the 3 goals a game. And, their goaltending, it's horrible, but it's not horrible every night. It's a matter of finding when it's going to be horrible, because Skinner and Picard can stand on their head. I mean, these are 2 goaltenders that have got Edmonton to the Cup finals, but I think against Ottawa tonight, I think we're going to see a pretty high scoring game. Edmonton has lost 3 in a row, and we've seen this year after year after year with this Edmonton team. It absolutely makes no sense to me why this team can't come out flying. I mean, this is a team that's won. They started the season losing to Calgary. Calgary's only win. Now they lost to Detroit. They lost to New Jersey. They lost to the Islanders. They put up 18 shots against Ottawa. They need a get-right game, and they need one fast. They got to go out there. They got to put up some goals. And Ottawa's the right team to do it. If you take a look at this Ottawa team, they allowed 5-3, 8-4, 6-4. There's only one game under 4 goals. One game, and that was against Seattle. And they are scoring even without Brady. They just put up 4-4 and 4. So I think we're going to see a game with a lot of speed on the ice. There's a lot of youth on the ice. Both teams are struggling defensively, goaltending, and their system. And it's only a 6. So I like the over in this game, and I like it a lot, guys. I also like Edmonton here, too. And they're a really short number. I can't get there with Edmonton only because Ottawa has lost 4 of their last 5. And I don't want to sort of play into an Ottawa team that really came into the season with high expectations and planning on making the playoffs. I get that Brady is out, but this Ottawa team is better than a 1-4 record in their last 5. That's what's scaring me about playing the side. So we're going to go with over the total.
All right. Anything to promote before we let you go? I know you have the best damn sports show or whatever it's called that you're taping shortly.
Yeah, so the best betting show ever with me, Joe Ranieri, and Art DeCesar. We tape now, so I'm going to head over there and do that. That show will be up by 12:30, 1 o'clock. Really, really, really fun show. But most importantly, it's Customer Appreciation Day, $5 Tuesday. I started by telling you guys that I really struggled this NHL season so far, but I'm not concerned. And, you know, both Carm and Andrew can attest to the fact that I've had some really bad puck luck along the way. I've got my first 4% play of the year in NHL up tonight, and it's a money line play. And I'm on a 20-6 run in these plays, a 7-1 run. These 4% money line plays are the strongest plays I have, and all my NHL money line plays to boot. 2.5 years over 62% in these plays. So this is a really, really strong play, the strongest play I've had all season. I'm obviously a really good NHL bettor. I've just, struggled at the beginning. Everything's going to be fine. The run starts today. I hope you guys join me. And Carm and Andrew, thanks for having me, boys. And Andrew, go Jays, baby.
Go Jays, Prez. I'm happy you were there, man. Great to see you.
Man,
Had a good
thank
time.
you, guys. I appreciate it.
Best of luck with your NHL all season long. And like you said, kick off tonight.
Oh, one last thing. Andrew and I, we did pick up a bunch of those customers. Andrew, when does that promo expire?
I think it still has a week to go. It started off slow, but we've been picking up more and more. So it's a great deal combo package, and it's 3 days. So I love that sample size price. 3 days, $59. And people get just a chance to get everything that you and I are releasing for a couple days. And, if you get it before a day like a Tuesday or a Thursday, it's a massive card. So chances are we're going to have more plays on those days. But we do so many 7 days, 30 days, full season deals. It's kind of cool to do a 3-day hockey deal. So get the Prez, and make sure you get his 4% play today as well. And don't forget to check out his show that he's doing every single day with Joe and Art. 3 different personalities, bringing all different things, and it's a really great show. So check it out, guys. Make sure you're watching. And also, they're throwing in a parlay there on that show, Carm. Who knew they were going to do a parlay on that one? Speaking of which, I got a parlay for us here. Yesterday, first day of doing the same game parlay. You guys in the chat were super excited about it. And Carm, it hit in the funniest fashion. We got a void. It went 3 for 4, but one guy never started, so it gets voided. If the player never ended up playing on the team that day, of course. So we hit the same game parlay. It got dropped down to like plus 225 or plus 250 or something like that, but it cashed. And today, we're not combining 2 games. We're just going to use 1 game. And here it is right here. Very, very simple. Very simple. We've got Connor McDavid to get his very first goal of the season. We've got Leon Draisaitl to get 1+ point. And Andrew Mangiapane to get 1+ point. What do all these guys have in common? We talked about this on the show yesterday. All of these players play on the top line. These guys are left wing, centerman, and right winger. I think that McDavid gets his first goal of the season tonight against Ottawa. Draisaitl will definitely be out there getting a point, whether it's 5-on-5 or on the power play. And Andrew Mangiapane has been a very kind of secret player prop guy for this Oilers team so far this season. We'll take him with the same game parlay. Guys, shop around. As Charles says here, you can get plus 410 on 365. We don't discriminate. We don't have any favorite books on this show. We want you guys to get the best possible price that you can. Very quickly there, Carm, that's my same game parlay for the day.
Andrew Mangiapane. Do you know what Mangiapane translates from Italian into English?
I'm dying to know. What is it?
Eats bread.
Eats bread.
Mangia is eat, and pane is bread. So Andrew eats bread and has plenty of carbs. So while you're loading up on carbs, let's talk about the LA Kings and the St. Louis Blues. The Blues minus 133 tonight. The LA Kings plus 109. Where are you going with this one, Andrew?
Carm, this is kind of a weird game here because this LA Kings team, some people think that they're underachieving, and they certainly are, but I think their coaching staff is just letting them down. This is a team that right now just is not playing good defensively, and when a team's not playing well defensively, I don't really want to step in front of it. sometimes I try and find a way to say, oh, this team is off a poor defensive effort. They're going to bounce back. They're going to play well defensively. They're going to shut this team down. I just don't really see that in this particular scenario. And even though we have a St. Louis Blues team that's pretty good defensively here, Carm, I think this is going to be an all gas, no breaks type of game for the LA Kings. I like the over in this one. We're getting a 5.5. The St. Louis Blues are playing a lot better hockey over the last couple games here for them. And, what's funny is they lost that 5-0. I think it was 5-0 game, Carm, to the Minnesota Wild, first game of the year. And since then, they've been able to put goals up on the board. They've been a little bit more productive, but they do rely on goaltending, and they do have some lower scoring games. But I think this is going to be about as desperate of a game we see from the LA Kings. And unfortunately for them, I just don't think that they have it in them to win a game 2-1 or 3-1. They gave up 3 goals in a heartbeat against the Hurricanes. They came back, tied it up 3-3, lost in overtime. This team's going to have to be a team that puts up goals on the board if they want to find the win column. So I lean towards the road team with this Kings team, but I like the over even more here. What about you?
I'm not going to touch the total, Andrew. And to answer Los Kids 82 question, is Carm done fading the Penguins? No, I am not done fading the Penguins, and we'll do it all year long in the right spots, because I want to see the Penguins end up with McKenna. So with that said, Andrew, getting back to this one here, St. Louis was so good last year towards the end of the season and even in the playoffs playing at home. And then they start off with a 5-0 loss. And then the Chicago Blackhawks pump 8 by them and they lose 8-3. They bounce back with a very good game next time out. They're back in the win column at home, and they're so tough to beat. I think the problem with the Kings right now, Andrew, and we've seen it with teams that struggle early on in the season, is when you get some injuries. Obviously, it is Forsberg in goal picking up the bulk of the action with Comfort injured. You got Kopitar out of the lineup. You have an energy guy and a guy in the dressing room like Corey Perry out of the lineup as well too. When the team gets healthy, I think they'll be good. But I think right now it starts from the goalie out, and when you don't have your number one goalie in there, it's going to hurt. Forsberg's either feast or famine, it seems. Sometimes you get enough pucks on him, you are going to score. So I just don't have confidence. I think you'd have to give me a lot more than plus 109 on the Kings to want to take them in this spot. It doesn't mean that they can't win tonight. I'm just saying the upside isn't there for me to get plus 109 on this team. You give me like plus 125 on the Kings, I would hold my nose and take the Kings there and hope that Forsberg has a good game. But I've been burnt by this goalie a couple times. He's the expected starter tonight. In the battle of the goaltenders, you'd have to think, who would you rather have, Binnington at home or Forsberg on the road? And I'm pretty sure it's Binnington. So,
Karma, I was looking down on my phone, shaking my head when I got popped on screen there. I've got some friends that are trying to get Blue Jays tickets right now, and somebody thought they were in a queue and they were at $1,400, and the second they went to pay, the ticket they thought they had for $1,400 was $2,400 for one ticket. So it's getting crazy. It's up to like $2,500 cheapest ticket right now, $4,000. So I apologize for getting caught on screen being on my phone, but I was shaking my head at these prices people are seeing right now. It's nuts.
I just thought you were shaking your head at my pick, but it's okay. It's fine. We know it's. I need to bring the energy because some guy says that I put him to sleep. I could put him to sleep with the sleeper hold. That's what they used to do back in the day in wrestling. I remember wrestling from the 80s. The half Nelson and the full Nelson, you could put a guy to sleep with one of those ones, but I digress. Speaking of sleep, let's bring in Don Buster. Buster, where are you?
Are you saying it's sleep because it's almost time for his afternoon nap or what?
He's got the warm milk right now on the stove right now in the little thing. Once he's done this performance, he's gonna or this breakdown of the Bruins and Panthers, he's going to have a glass of warm milk and go lie down on the couch.
You got a good game today, Buster, to talk about here. A good game to mention, man. How are you?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. Carmine, wasn't your name the Big Ragu? And you used to do the circuit. I could have swore I seen you in one of these small arenas when I was younger, like way younger, because you were wrestling way back then. So, wasn't it the Big Ragu?
Yeah, the Big Ragu, because back in school, Laverne and Shirley was the show that was on TV, like Happy Days, and the guy Carmine Ragusa, the Big Ragu. He had the jacket that said the Big Ragu. So my friends started naming that, and then when I went to work at the Fan, they're like, "We like the name Big Ragu. We're just going to keep that and call you the Big Ragu." I'm like, "Okay, whatever. I'm fine with it."
Okay, guys, I'll break this down then. Don't want to get into that whole conversation.
Minus 157 on the Panthers, plus 129 on the Boston Bruins at home, a home dog. Marchand returning home to pester. I'm pretty sure they're going to put some kind of a tribute together for him on the screen for this one. I'm positive they do. He's meant a lot to that team and has done a lot for that team. So it should be good. But tell me where you're going with this one, Buster.
Yeah, these teams both come in limping into this game, don't they? They both have lost 4 straight games. Now, there's no doubt to me, just even mentioned that Marchand thing, this situation screams the Stanley Cup champions. Boston comes home from a 3-game Western road trip, and this is also going to be their 3rd game in 4 nights. Now, maybe a little easier to do that kind of stuff earlier in the year for these teams, but this is just a brutal spot for the Bruins. There's no doubt about that. And now this is going to be the last game of a 5-game road trip for the Florida Panthers, and they've lost all 4 games on the road. Really not sure what we're doing here in Florida. Like they had played well right at first, but they are having trouble scoring goals. We do, though, actually like the Panthers here. There's only one big problem. Carmine, you mentioned at the beginning, 157, I saw 160 favorite, and I just have a real hard time laying that kind of number here, even though the situation is very good for Florida. It's just a big number to lay on the road. Now I did look, you can get Florida in regulation minus 105. But this line did open up at 145. So I really do like Florida, but I'm going to wait a little bit later, probably later in the afternoon, to see if this line starts coming down, which I believe it will have to start coming down because, again, the Florida have lost 4 straight. Although what we did was make a small play on the over 5.5. Now, these 2 teams last year played 4 times. 3 of the 4 games went well over this 5.5 total, and the other one was 3-2. So an empty netter could have got the win there. And now when the Bruins are at home, they actually are an over team. They've actually their last 7 games, 6 of them have been over the total. Now I know that dates a few games from last season. Now, both these teams have struggled scoring goals. I mentioned it earlier. There's no doubt about that. It has been a struggle. But with Boston just coming back, this situation, I think, helps the over as well because they get home, kiss the kids, family, take them to the park, do all that kind of stuff. And then within 24 hours, 48 hours, they've got to be back on the ice playing this game. So I'm not sure how much defense is going to be involved here. Now, with Florida playing, this is the last game, as I mentioned, of the 5-game road trip. Florida has only scored 3 goals. 3 goals in their last 3 games. 3 goals. And they were shut out in that last game against Buffalo. And one of the angles we like using, I know you guys look at it as well, is the angle of good teams, decent teams, which Florida may or may not still be. I believe they really are a good team. Once they're shut out, I like playing the team, which I do like Florida tonight, or the over, because they're going to get some goals. Now, one key thing here for Florida, also that helps them, is that they've had 2 days off waiting for this game. I've got to believe Paul Maurice is saying, you know what? Enough of this bullshit with not being able to score. We've got a ton of guys that can put the puck in the net. We need to open it up a little offensively here for this last road game. And I like that because of the situation. I know they haven't been scoring. I think you see a game just like a couple of weeks ago, there was a game, Buffalo and Ottawa. They had the total way low, I thought, and it ended up being 8-4 because those teams hadn't been scoring at the time. I like the over. We've already bet the over. Just a small play on the over. I do like Florida. I will be taking maybe a look at that and putting that out later for clients, depending on where that line goes.
Buster, I like that one as well, and I think that there's going to be some goals here. There's going to be some desperation, and I love that theory. And the funny thing is, it's only been a small sample size off the shutout theory so far, and a lot of it's been the Rangers. And unfortunately, they lost that over theory twice, first period and full game, because they just weren't scoring at all, no matter what. But we like to look at expected goals on the show. 3 of us know hockey. We have the eye test as well, but I couldn't believe it. And the line on Saturday for the Florida-Buffalo game, it was one of those fishy ones. Like the Florida-Buffalo and Edmonton, New Jersey, both those games on the Saturday slate when I was doing my prep, they both had fishy lines to them, fishy numbers. But, man, that team went, I think, like you talked about their execution, but like 0 for 8, was it, on the power play? I mean, like you said, like this team is struggling a little bit to produce offense. The XG numbers in that game that resulted in a 3-0 result, 4.73 to 3.06 for Florida. Like, that is insane to me. 4.73 XG, and you don't even score 1 goal. So this, to me, has the making of one of those games where, you know how it is with the storylines in the NHL. The player returns home, and everyone's all happy and stuff. And I feel like it's going to be just like that. The player's going to return back, and Florida's going to have their best game of the year. So 4.73, I think that's worth mentioning. And this, are you with me as well? This Bruins team, long-term defensively, they're going to give up some goals this season, probably rely on their goaltending a lot.
Yeah, they are. And the only thing that is going to save them, and it's already done it already this year, is their goaltending. With Swayman and Corpusalo, those guys can put up, like, teams will throw 39 shots at them and they'll only allow a couple goals. So that's always a little bit of a worry in my back of my mind when I'm betting a Bruins game over. But again, for me here, there's a ton about this situation on both sides that, like I say, with them not scoring, Florida, and with Boston coming home with this whole Marchand thing. Yeah, I think you see a 4-3, 5-2, 4-2 type of game. 5.5 just is the number to get over, if you ask me.
Yeah, Andrew, is like this 3-game road trip that they had on the West Coast, and this is tossing one quick little dart is I'm taking Pasta to get a goal tonight. He's like plus 125 over at DK. Something got under his skin the last couple of games of that road trip. He was going after guys. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what you want. You want a guy on the ice who has some life to him, and he's obviously their power play guy. He gets into that into his little office there, and if Florida takes any penalties, Pasta at home is going to make them pay for it. God, how can you not love? We're talking bread. We're talking pasta. It's a carb day for Bianco here. But Buster, what do you have to promote? And any play for $5 Tuesdays tonight? Yeah,
and I'm just going to make a quick comment on that. The reason why Pasta's doing that is because he's a winner and he's a competitor, and guys like that they just hate to lose. So that's why you see that kind of stuff from him. Because he can't believe they hate to lose. So you're going to see a lot more of that until they get back on a winning streak. So anyways, yeah, it's as you guys have been mentioning, it's $5 Tuesday today. And you can get, we have a 4% NHL best bet up for only $5. So go over to the site and grab that. And while you're there, we have that great NHL hockey deal. $99 for 2 weeks of all of our NHL, which includes 5% releases for the next 2 weeks. You can get it for only $99, and you'll want to grab it now because that deal will expire at midnight tonight. So $99 for all our plays for 2 weeks. So grab in NHL, of course. So grab that, and as always, thank you guys. I appreciate you having me on and breaking down a game here.
Good to see you, Buster.
So, Andrew, we're going to have a contest next week. Name the color of Buster's shirt. 3 straight appearances, 3 straight red shirts he's worn. He's loving those red shirts. But anyways, with that said, guys, the pod returns. I have a play for tonight on the pod. There's also a free play up on the site. And I'm sure my good friend Wash Redskins is going to like this one. Okay, because I am taking the Washington Capitals on the puck line, -1.5. It's even money. And that's 200 on them at -1.5. They're coming off a 4-3 loss at home to Vancouver, and that ended like a 4-game win streak for them. But they're getting a Seattle Kraken team that was in action yesterday. They looked lethargic. They just had no jump to them, and that's probably from 4 straight OT games that they've played on this. It's the second of a back-to-back for them. It's their 3rd in 4 nights. I think this is the spot for for Washington to get back in to the win column tonight, Andrew, and do it by multiple goals. Washington did beat Seattle in both games last year. They won in Seattle 3-0 and at home 4-2. So let's hope for another multi-goal win and a pod play, because I don't want to go below that 5K. I want to start building that up.
It's a slow roll, Carm. Build that bankroll up, and I love it. It's like you say someone's name and they pop up out of nowhere. He says, "Let's cash, Carm." There he is, right there. He's ready. So you can always count on Wash Redskin for loving that play. Good luck to you on the Capitals, Carm. For me, I do have 2 4% best bets, 2 4% plays in the NHL. Today, what I've decided to do is do a total play for my $5 Tuesday play, and side play is for only clients. The best thing to do, though, guys, for me, and the deal that I still currently have available is the NHL 25% off a 30-day NHL pass. Yesterday we cashed Wild plus 125. Was a fantastic price. We cashed in the prop market. The free plays went well. We hit the same game parlay on the show yesterday. I know we talk about the $5 Tuesday picks and the daily picks, but if you guys want to get on board with me, the best really way to do it right now is this deal. NHL 25 will take 25% off a 30-day NHL pass. And I know you guys love the 5% plays and the big plays that people hype up, but when it ultimately comes down to it, it's about the longevity, and it's about, week by week, month by month. And that's my goal here this season for you guys, to scrape profit every single week for you, and we can cash tickets. And so today, with 10 games, I don't see why buying one play would be a good idea when you can buy this package and get all of the plays. I'm going to have a handful of props, sides, totals, all kinds of good stuff. So NHL 25, guys, sign up. Never an obligation, but WT.buzz/AM. That's where you can go to get my great deal. Carm, back over to you.
All right, one play up for me thus far in the NHL for the part of, because all the $5 plays are single plays. They're not packages. They're single plays. I have one best bet up for tonight. And then I'm going to have some NHL client plays as well, too. So if you are an NHL subscriber, you'll get them to your email likely in the next half hour. A couple plays up in Champions League today and a couple plays up for tomorrow. Some great football action from Europe, and hopefully we can cash a few tickets along the way. So I'm looking forward to it. Promo up in our deal section, the rest of the NHL season and the playoffs, and the rest of the NFL season and playoffs. No coupon needed. You can find that over in the deal section or on my page. That's it, guys. Tomorrow it is just Andrew and I on a smaller card, and then on Thursday, Brian Leonard will join us and we'll break down some games. The 6 and 60 returns on Friday as well, too. So I know you guys love that feature, and I'm hoping to get some swag in soon. So for myself, Andrew McInnis, and our 2 guests, Lawrence and Buster. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment in the comment section below. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you on Wednesday morning.